Okay.
Hey guys, it's Josh here with Clutch of Color. Today, I'm going to show you how we pack eggs. So, a little pre-stuff that's already been done. We take a box, we put fragile stickers on the side, we put our name and our address for our P.O. box. To be honest with you, I don't want you to know where I live. So, we use the P.O. box. And then what we do with our containers, or our boxes, we put some paper on the bottom of them. That gets a nice cushion for the bottom. And the next thing we have to do is make sure that our eggs are nice and cushioned because we don't want them breaking upon arrival. So what we do is we actually wrap with this nice little small...
bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap, yeah. Little tiny bubble wraps. So what we do, we'll start out here. So this is going to be a single dozen eggs. So this bubble wrap is actually pre-cut into two pieces. But I'm going to show you how I actually put the eggs together. So these are egg shippers. What we do with them is each one actually holds up to 7 eggs. Since we're doing a dozen, we would do 6 and 6. I actually offset them. So instead of being in the same, so then the eggs touch each other, if I turn it, the points don't actually touch each other. So when they don't touch each other like that, there's less chance of breaking upon arrival. So that's something we don't want. So this is a dozen eggs that we have going out. We have 6 Welsumers and 6 speckled eggers. Okay. So our speckled eggs can be anything from the Welsumers to Marins to Olives, anything with speckles on them because that's our goals. I personally will keep them the type separate so people don't question their order. I put the 6 wellies together and I'll put the 6 speckled eggs together. So we're going to take them. They have to be point down. So you see how this ends a point and this ends the top. Basically you want that point down. They go in there marked. Ever since we've collected the eggs, these eggs have been point down. So we put them in very carefully together like that.
Somebody's getting your bubble wrap.
Henry! I will then make sure I use this to push them down, make sure they're nice and smooth so that they are down and against. And then we will do the other side as well. Okay. I usually use 2 hands because I don't go super slow with it. And then I'll make sure this end's pushed down like that. Okay. So what we do then is we take it, we put them on top of each other, okay? And what we also do, we include a list of our breeds. That way when somebody gets the egg and they see the SOE, they know what that means. Like the F2 is a multi-generation olive egger, and then that's a speckled olive egger.
That's a Welsummer.
Yep, so that's a Welsummer with the W, so we have it marked with the Welsumers. Basically, so people know what they're getting, and we don't get 80 messages of, hey, what's this egg? So we put that with it. It has our NPIP on there because you have to ship with your NPIP. We then wrap it. So we wrap it 2 different ways. So first we wrap it this way. Use a little bit of tape. Oh, I was about to run out of this tape, so hopefully I got enough. Okay, and then we flip it so that it gets it the other direction. And we wrap it like this. And what this does is it makes a nice cocoon for these eggs. So it keeps these eggs from really shifting. I'm about to run out of tape. But it keeps these eggs nice and contained and foam all around it by using the bubble wrap. So what we're going to do, we're going to put it in our box. I make sure the bottoms are decently pushed down. We put it inside the box like this. Make sure it's nice and cozy in there. I'll put a couple people.
This matches the building.
It does match the building. So that's why I didn't pick out the color because it'd be camouflage. We put some paper on both sides of here. Okay. This is just standard shipping paper or
packing paper.
Packing paper. Yep. So we put a little bit on both sides. Then what we do is we add a sheet that has what to do with the eggs. We get a lot of questions on what humidity do you set it at? You know, how do we do with the incubator? You'd be surprised some of the questions we get or what people do with their eggs to try to hatch them. So we always give the sheet so that people have less questions for us. Obviously, if you have questions, you can ask us, but it just really helps when people read it. It gives you a checklist to go through. One of the biggest things is just letting the eggs go and how to, like when they're incubating and so forth. How to candle them, that kind of stuff, when to candle them, and what to know what to do. So that's the point of this. And then we, of course, cover the top.
Pack it super tight.
Yeah, we want to make sure it's super tight. Usually I get about 4 pieces on the top. Sometimes it's only 3, but we'll pack it tight enough that it's really pushing down. I try to make it look good. Okay, of course here is our address for our P.O. box, and then I kind of use my body as I do this, but we make sure it's tacked down super tight like this. So again, the only thing the bottom of the box had was just some papers, and then the holes, the cutouts to the foam shipping, and we make sure this is nice and tight like that. The only other thing we have to do is put this person's name on the box. I hope you're the lucky one that got this one, because that's a really pretty dozen. And then we put on some of these sheets so that you know what's coming in the mail. So we'll put it over top, that way you know it's your shipment. So that's how we collect the eggs. The only thing we have to do right now is we'll double check to make sure our address is correct and that we didn't get like express shipping and that kind of stuff before we ship it out. So Elena takes it to the mailbox. Tracy does all that fun work down there. She's wonderful with UPS or USPS.
We've used the same person since we started doing this.
Absolutely, and she's wonderful because she knows exactly how to ship it and so forth.
Addresses are right.
And all the addresses are right and so forth. So that's it. Thank you for watching our video, and have a great day.
Oh, the box is prepared, and the wonderful supervisor in our building somehow got a chunk of wood and a rock. Interesting, Henry. Very interesting. So here we can just watch Josh do it at full speed because it doesn't take as long as the explanation did. Now, Josh, you don't have to be a race packer. It looks like you're doing it against the clock or something.
Against the clock.
Seeing how fast you can do it?
I don't get paid by the hour.
So these are cream crested leg bar eggs. They're the blue eggs. Excuse me. I sound like I'm losing my voice. So we pack a lot of eggs. So honestly, we have it pretty much down when we do a section. So we'll do it in real speed and see how long it takes to do a dozen eggs. I usually am the one that does all the addresses and stuff because I go on my site and make sure I have all the correct ones, and that's all on my phone. So Josh packs and I address and do all the postage stuff. It's coming out.
It happens.
Wow. Do you know how long it took you to pack that box?
3 minutes.
Under 2 minutes.
Oh, wow. I'm good.
A minute 55.
A minute 55?
Yep. So see, it's not as time consuming as people might think it is, but when you have it down, like our table's marked with the correct length for the bubble wrap, Josh has everything already prepped. Now, if you're making the boxes and stuff too, it's going to take longer, but he goes ahead and does that. Like here are the large boxes. All of the bubble wrap is already cut. And then everything over here is already set up. So we have all of our tape and our scissors and our stickers and the cars and everything's all organized in this building. And it's going to be really, should make it a lot faster and more time efficient. So anywho, it doesn't take as long as people think that it probably does. But yeah, there you go. And once again, Henry is still snoozing. Yes, he is.